Celebs go dating. Millions of viewers have seen the ups and downs of Olivia Atwood's love life, warts and all. But on Friday night, we saw Olivia finally get her happily ever after when she married her now husband, Bradley Dack. Let's take a look.
Joined by these rings and by the vows that you've made here today, I now declare you husband and wife. Bradley, you may kiss your bride.
We're married. We're finally married.
We did it.
Aww. Well, here to tell us all about the big day, it's Mrs. Olivia Atwood Dack.
That feels really weird because they're talking to someone else.
Love. And so that was in June?
Yeah, June.
And it took you... It'd taken quite a while to get there, hadn't it?
Yeah, we cancelled once because of COVID, and then the second time Brad did his ACL, so he had surgery.
Right.
And I was like, I love you, but I just don't want the crutches. If we can avoid it.
Gonna ruin the pictures.
Yeah, gonna ruin it. It's not gonna be, like, aesthetically pleasing, and it's not fun for him, I don't think, to be recovering from surgery.
And if you waited that long, especially after what happened with COVID, you're gonna want it to do it all the way that you... Yeah,
do it right.
Now, you had a lot of rules with your wedding.
Did I?
Yeah,
we did a lot, yeah.
No children. I remember we talked about that on here a little while ago. How did no children go down with your friends and family?
Really well. Yeah. You know, we got...
Really, really well. You're just saying that.
Well, unless they lied to me.
Have you got nieces and nephews and all of that?
A few, yeah. I think, well, obviously, we haven't got kids. So if we haven't got our own kids there, I don't really want anyone else's kids there. And for a lot of my friends said to me, it's like they felt like by the kids not being invited, they get to come let their hair down. They haven't got to bring the kids. And then there's nothing for kids at weddings, is there? It's boring. Like, and if you want to, like, have a drink and let your hair, you don't want to be worried about your child.
So you wouldn't have even banned them for the ceremony but allowed them to the meal and everything afterwards?
No.
Just
compromise.
From the aspect that you said, regards to actually letting the parents come and have a good time, I kind of understand that. But the one thing I was a little bit shocked of, no bridesmaids.
Yeah.
How did that come about as well?
Have you got lots of girlfriends that you wanted to be your bridesmaid?
Yeah, and that was kind of the thing. A couple of brides I spoke to had been married previously. I said, if change one thing, what would it be? And they said, bridesmaids are hard work. Because it's it's really political, isn't it? So when me and Brad first started looking at it and was going, right, so we want even numbers so it balances aesthetically, whatever. And we was like, it's getting into...
Hang on, even numbers of people sitting at your wedding, so it looked all right
the groomsmen and bridesmaids. We've got the photo, it's got a balance. So he can't have, like, 10 and me have, like, 50, do you know what I mean? So we're looking at it, and I was like, if I get everyone in who would expect to be one, it's just going to be so many...
And if you leave one out or forget one of them,
I know, and I was like, I could buy 10 dresses or buy myself a piece of jewellery.
And everyone had to wear black as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did you get a bit drunk on your wedding night?
Me, I was, legless. Like, I'm still the same.
So did you do the deed?
Girl. No. I think I was asleep before he even got in the room.
Do you know what is good, though, which I think I hear a lot of people who get married, sometimes the wedding can be about everybody else and not about what you want.
Yeah.
Was that one of the main pushes why you had so much rules?
It does get that way. I think it's really hard to stop it from getting into, like, you do get to that point. I definitely got to that point a little few days before, and I was like, who is this even for? You know, because you want to keep everyone happy. You want to keep, you know, everyone to have their role in the wedding, and you want everyone to sit where they want to sit. But at the end of the day, at some point, you've just got to draw a line. It's just
But because
silly.
it's all being filmed...
Yeah.
How does that weigh against, you know, what you might have wanted versus what's going to look good in a film?
Do you know what? To be honest, I think I run it just the way I would have anyway. I think there's an added pressure, obviously, because I'm like, right, I know it's going to go on telly, people are going to see it, they're going to have their opinions. But, I mean, that's all part of the fun. It's not for everyone, what I did. Like, and someone's wedding wouldn't be for me. But, yeah, it's an added pressure. But in terms of how we did the wedding and everything, it was just... They just follow it.
But was it an added pressure because of the filming, but also the pressure of organising a wedding, which you said you didn't really enjoy that much the organisation bit. I didn't, actually. I'm quite happy for someone else to do it.
I mean, does anyone really enjoy it?
Did you have a wedding planner?
Yeah, I was really spoiled. And do you know what? I think when you've got a lot of other things going on, if that was all I was doing, I think I could have maybe got a little bit more involved. But I was filming the documentary almost the same time, other bits going on. He's obviously never around because of football, and it started to feel like another job, doesn't it? And also, every time you think you're done, you're not done. Like, there's more. Even with a planner, it's a big thing, isn't it?
It is.
Is it going to carry on now with you and him? Like,
I hope so. He's got married.
I don't mean with you and him. I mean with the filming. Like, are we going to see more of your lives together, your married life together? Maybe if or when you decide to have children.
I mean, I think it'd be nice.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation with some of the guys here at ITV the other week, and always talking with Instagram followers and stuff, and they've watched me grow up since Love Island, and I do love making the show, and I think I've got this really cool space where I'm like managing to run this like documentary world alongside my reality stuff, and I'm almost doing them simultaneously, which I haven't had to choose one for the other, which I think is really nice.
Yeah, nice.
I would say, I suppose a lot of people, some people actually, especially after coming out of Love Island, that you'd probably be more labelled of, like, you know, reality TV queen star.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're doing documentaries and stuff as well. But I think one of the main things people remember is that you was an I'm a Celebrity, and unfortunately we saw you for a couple of... What happened?
Oh, my God, what happened? It was I just got really unlucky. It was like did routine medicals, did a load of tests. I felt absolutely fine in myself, no symptoms. Literally, he came back down 10 minutes later, the medic, and was like, you're low on everything. Like, you're like potassium. Every stat I could have was like through the floor. Like, we're going to have to take you off-site to get you checked out, like an actual hospital. When I got there, I still felt fine, but I was starting to panic. I was like, what am I dying? I got there, tested everything, was all at normal level. But then there was a big debate. You know what it's like with telly and red tape? Yeah. Insurance-wise, it was like, well, those readings are on paper. It was so frustrating because the hospital was like, technically, their notes stand for anything because she's fine. And she was fine 5 days before she went in. And it was just that. And the COVID bubbles, there was, like, loads of things at play where they just couldn't...
Would you go back in? Would you go for any other time if they asked you to come back? Because I think a lot of people was excited to see you.
I know. We've had chats.
Oh, really?
You might be, yeah.
I mean,
They might have to get on the Twitter.
I know.
I feel quite stressed out, though, in the short time you were
What, you
there.
meant now? I thought...
No, not now, but in the clip. I remember watching it when you were in there. You seemed...
What, in the jungle?
Yeah.
I was quite enjoying it.
Yeah.
I was having fun.
I thought you looked like you were well up for it.
Yeah, I loved it. I jumped out an airplane. I was eating all the stuff. I was having a great time. That made it harder, I think. I think if I'd been hating it, I'd been like...
You'd been relieved to get out.
No, I was gutted. And it was always a dream of mine to do the show, and they always said, you know, we're not going to do the Love Island crossover. So when I finally got put in, it was huge, like, a big thing for, like, me. Like, you know, you just put something really high on a pedestal on your like, list of goals, if you were.
Yeah.
It was horrible. So, yeah, if we can make it work with other staff, I'd love to be able to go and... For the viewers
But what about, very quickly before we have to go, what about the wilderness show we were talking alone? Could you do that? Totally
I love being alone. That part would be fine. It's just...
With wolves
in the middle of nowhere, with bears and wolves and...
A couple of days would probably be quite nice, but... I love wildlife, but probably maybe not that
Your
up
documentaries are wild, so you'll be all right.
different kind of wild.
Thanks, Olivia, so much for coming on
guys.
today. You can catch Olivia on ITV X now. Good luck with everything. Good luck for the future.
Thank you.